Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. A well-known Bitcoin maximalist just purchased $250,000 worth of XRP. Now, mind you, Bitcoin maximalists, they think that the end game is going to be that it's just Bitcoin. Generally speaking, that's what they think. And everything else is just noise, and once we have a fully mature market, there's just going to be Bitcoin. We don't need any other coin for anything else. Now, that's a fantasy land nonsense, that world that they're living in, but that's, by and large, what a lot of them think. And so it's interesting that even though these types of people think silly things like that, and they think that XRP doesn't make sense, even they recognize that this is an incredible, holding XRP now is an incredible risk-reward opportunity. So not that there's no opportunity for downside if we get some sort of bad ruling, but even some Bitcoin maximalists putting insane money into XRP because they think that there's going to be a positive result in the SEC v. Ripple case, and it's going to rocket. And this, as we've seen positive news about institutional level activity, all the stuff with Bitcoin spot ETF movements with BlackRock, all that jazz, and hedge funds getting excited again, lots of money flowing in. Bitcoin just a couple days or so ago was in the 24,000s. Within the last 24 hours, it's burst above $30,000. There's a lot of excitement for a lot of reasons, but it's just interesting to see that even the XRP haters, some of them anyway, not all of them, but some of them are like, yeah, I want to give me a little piece of that XRP. Just gotta love it. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, XRP just over 50 cents, Bitcoin a hair over $30,000, market cap for the asset class 1.17 trillion, Bitcoin dominance at 49.5%. And so over the last couple days in particular, and for much of the last 30 days, really, Bitcoin dominance has been climbing, just at an increased pace the last couple days. And that's fine. I want to see that. I've become used to seeing that. Bitcoin dominance climbing, dominance decreasing for every other altcoin under the sun, basically. And that's good because Bitcoin leads markets. So let Bitcoin pop off, and then eventually that money, after we get a really heated moment, and even if it takes another year, I don't pretend to know how long it's going to take, but then that money will cycle to large caps and then mid caps and small caps, so on and so forth. Rinse and repeat. And then Bitcoin dominance, by the way, as that happens, Bitcoin dominance will absolutely plummet as altcoin dominance surges. It's a fluid thing. It just is. It's normal, so I would expect that. Also, take a look at this, though. Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 65 out of 100. All it took was a couple of days of really ridiculous positive movement for Bitcoin, and here we are. Market is safely in greed at this particular moment in time, and you'll love to see it. There's also this tweet, which I thought was hilarious, so I felt it would be a disservice if I didn't share this with you. I came across this in my Twitter feed last night. It's from Michael Arrington, the founder of TechCrunch and Arrington XRP Capital. And it was somebody wrote this in some sort of, it looks like chat. I don't know what platform it was on, but he shared this screen grab. Somebody wrote and said to him and said, because, obviously, again, with the context of there being really positive crypto price action lately, somebody wrote, another 10 days of this, and Jason Bourne will be advertising Bitcoin again. I laughed hysterically. I quote retweeted that last night, in fact, because I thought it was so damn good. Another 10 days of this, and Jason Bourne will be advertising Bitcoin again. And I'm sure most of you get the reference, but just in case, they're talking about Matt Damon, who played the character Jason Bourne. And I almost said it wrong. Matt Damon. Team America reference. You'll get it right. Matt Damon. It's just fun to say. Give it a whirl. A couple of years or so ago, as prices were elevated, let's say, Cryptomania, Crypto.com hired him and to promote their platform. And that's when he had his famous line, which didn't pan out so well, at least in the short term. He said it was something like, or exactly, fortune favors the brave. And yeah, it didn't really go well. South Park had a lot of fun with that one. So there you go. So they're like, hey, this price action's going great. Jason Bourne's going to be back. Fortune favors the brave. I love it. And then there was this. Let me share with you a little bit of this before jumping into the stuff about the Bitcoin maxi here. There's a headline from the Daily Hodl. Crypto analytics firm Santiment predicts there's more meat on the bone as Bitcoin surges over $30,000. Blockchain analytics platform Santiment is predicting that crypto markets could climb even higher after Bitcoin reached a 24-hour high of $30,442. According to a new Santiment blog post, the King Crypto's latest rally this week was ignited by the news of BlackRock filing for a spot trading Bitcoin spot ETF, as well as other institutions wading into the crypto space. The sudden rally came after the digital asset markets had collapsed the prior week in the aftermath of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission suing major exchanges Binance and Coinbase. Santiment says that digital assets may continue to rise due to institutional interest in the form of exchange-traded funds and other flashing bullish signals. So I'll pause and note, yes, I firmly agree. I've been sharing that idea for a very, very, very long time, many years, in fact, that this is of critical importance. And it certainly does. I'll share the quotes on your screen in just a second here, but this in the real world impacts supply and demand for Bitcoin specifically, and Bitcoin drives the market. That's why it's important. So even if people aren't themselves purchasing Bitcoin, they're purchasing an ETF. The ETF is backed by actual Bitcoin. That's the point. So more money flowing in means more money ultimately flowing into Bitcoin, even if it's not the retail side, or even if it's somebody more on the institutional side, that if they're purchasing the ETF, fine. That still actually positively impacts supply and demand. Whereas with futures, you don't. You're betting on a future price for an asset. So that does not impact the actual supply, not directly anyway. But this will directly impact that because it forces the fund. If say BlackRock gets approved, they have to buy the Bitcoin then. That's incredible. That's what we've been waiting for. That's why everybody in the world of crypto has been so frustrated for years on end that this thing hasn't been approved yet. But yes, it's coming, and we're probably really close. So anyway, here's the quote from Santiment. But why exactly are ETFs such a bullish welcome sign for crypto? 2 words: institutional investors. With the emergence of, theoretically, more secure and simple ways for large capital investors to have exposure to crypto without actually having to own any, this has allowed more capital to enter the markets that have been starving for more entrants. End quote. And I think Santiment's right. There's some sharp individuals there, and they do excellent work reporting on-chain analytics, so on and so forth, and I appreciate that perspective. It's correct, and I've been espousing that idea for many years. And it will come to pass. It's just a question of how much nonsense do we have to put up with in the short term with the SEC and just generally speaking, this administration from a government level attacking all of crypto. I mean, they're not going to win, though. I just, when it's all said and done, you fast forward a decade from now, there will be a lot more clarity, and this asset class is going to be incredibly larger, which means there will be less opportunity then than there is now. But there's more uncertainty now. So less risk in the future, more risk now. But, in terms of where can you get more reward? Well, you can get more reward now compared to a decade in the future. That's my suspicion. And then the headline here from the Crypto Basic. I love this stuff. Even the little toxic Bitcoin maxi trolls waddling around, living under a bridge. Bunch of unsophisticated, knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing troglodytes with cashew-sized brains can't even get their own damn shirts on in the morning, wearing Velcro shoes, mumbling to themselves, charging too much for people to cross a bridge, charging Bitcoin. Can you imagine if you encounter a troll and then you have to pay the troll toll and it only accept Bitcoin? You will be at that particular troll's bridge, potentially in times of high congestion, for the better part of a week. But the little toxic Bitcoin, room temperature, cottage cheese eating sons of bitches, that's just what they want. They want what they want, folks. The heart wants what it wants. Anyway, piece reads as follows. A well-known Bitcoin maximalist endorses XRP, predicts Ripple's legal victory, and anticipates a frenzy of XRP FOMO, prompting enthusiastic reactions. Renowned crypto influencer and Bitcoin maximalist Crypto Rover has made an unexpected move by endorsing XRP as a must-have asset in his portfolio. Citing confidence in Ripple's legal battle and predicting an upcoming frenzy of XRP FOMO, fear of missing out, and recall that a top pro-XRP lawyer argued that XRP FOMO would kick in when XRP crossed $2, as the Crypto Basic reported. Yeah, and I think I didn't click on the link, but I think they're talking about Attorney Deaton when he was talking about, hey, who knows, anywhere from $10 to $2. Not that it was some sort of hard prediction, but anyway, piece continues. In a recent tweet, Crypto Rover revealed that he had invested a substantial $250,000 in XRP. In fact, let me just pull up the actual tweet here. Yeah, here's this guy, Crypto Rover, 516,500 followers. I had come across him one other time, and I think he was saying some nonsense about XRP, so I just rolled my eyes, went on with life. But here he stated the following: Ripple will win the case, and the XRP FOMO will be insane. I have bought $250,000 worth of XRP in the past few weeks. I don't have a lot of altcoins in my portfolio now, but Ripple is a must-hold for the next bull run. Okay, so a couple things here. First of all, he's obviously conflating Ripple and XRP. If it's intentional, as some of them do, then, okay, stop being a jerk face. Or, if you just don't know any better, how do you have over 500,000 followers and you're tweeting about this? I don't understand how this is happening. But anyway, I digress slightly. Actually, not that much. But if this thing really pops off, if it's like, say we get positive news in the SEC v Ripple case, there's positive news specifically as it pertains to XRP. This little XRP hater, this little Bitcoin maxi guy here, he might turn that $250,000 into seven figures. Wouldn't be surprised. What if you're talking about even just a fourfold increase? I mean, you're talking about $2. Some people are thinking it's going to go to $4 or $6 or $8 or $10. Can you imagine? This guy could make millions from a coin that he just doesn't even like anyway. And he says that Ripple is a must-hold for the next bull run after referencing XRP. So XRP community member Crypto Arsenal came back with the proper response, and he said, Ripple stock is definitely a must-hold. You can buy it at link 2 if you are an accredited investor. XRP is a must-hold too, though. I like that. Because taking him at face value, I mean, he said Ripple stock, it's a must-hold. But he's like, but you should get into that. What about the XRP stuff, too? Because, again, Crypto Rover's conflating the two as if they're the same damn thing when they sure as hell absolutely unquestionably are not. So, look, it's just interesting to see people, with their ideals in place, believe in what they believe in. But still recognizing that XRP could make people an absolute fortune if it goes the way that many of us think and hope that it will. And I always say, and I think it's fair to say, not that I think it's going to happen, but it's possible that we get a disastrous ruling and the price goes way, way, way down. And I always acknowledge, hey, maybe I'm wrong about everything and it goes to zero. But I'm just telling you, having been in the space for 5.5 years now over that, and just following this, seeing the real world adoption of XRP, and understanding even if the United States could somehow magically ban XRP, all XRP activity in the United States, even if they could, it still is thriving outside of the United States. So even then, it still doesn't go away, in my view. And the adoption is increasing. And I still think Ripple would continue to use XRP everywhere else on the planet. Not that it's dependent upon them, but they're part of the SEC v Ripple case. Duh. So I'm just saying, like, that would persist. And then all the increasing developer activity, crypto pie getting bigger in general. So I don't know what that would mean for people like me here in the United States. I'd have to figure something out. But it's so interesting to see that it's not just us here, hanging out in our XRP community that believe this stuff to be true. It just seems to me like everybody under the sun gets this, even the haters. So I think we're close. I don't know when this decision is going to come out, but that the last thing that we had to wait for was all the stuff with the Hinman emails getting released and the associated Ethereum Free Pass drafts of the speech, all that jazz. So there were attorneys in our space theorizing, okay, well, once that's done, that might be when we finally get a conclusion from Judge Torres. Probably not before that, but maybe a bit after that. So, it's been over a week. It's been, coming up on a week and a half since the release of that. And there's all sorts of speculation that it's going to be towards the end of a work week when stuff gets released. Tomorrow's Friday. So it doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know. But God, it's got to be sooner than later. And it's going to be very exciting if we get the positive news that we think and hope we're going to get. But I'll tell you this, even if we don't in the short term, I'm still going to stick around. I'm going to keep pushing back against this nonsense because I think once you get to a higher court, even if it went to the Supreme Court, I can't imagine that with the makeup of the existing Supreme Court that they would allow the government overreach and jurisdictional land grab that we see the SEC engaging in. That's a world, it's just hard to envision that being the case. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.